Hey everybody, welcome back. It's business and it's time for an episode of Ships and Giggles. Number 16, actually. Yay. Um, I played in New Mexico and I had this happen and I wasn't terribly happy about it. Um, I hate overpens. Like, I really hate them. Especially when you get 9 of them. God. Why? Why? Even just like 3 of those being pens would have been worth so much more. But I found myself in a situation, very curious one, on the new map Shards, which I can't say I'm a big fan of this. It doesn't seem like anybody plays it very well. But there's a Congo. And unfortunately, not quite the damage I was hoping for, but I'll take 21,000, especially considering what just happened with the Aoba. And then there's a New York who's still looking way behind himself here and not paying attention to me, even though those 2 other battleships had me spotted and everything. So incredible tunnel vision. And check that out. Boom! 39,000 damage. Suck it! That felt good. I really needed that one. So I had been playing a bunch of different ships, trying to get away a little bit from the German battleships. You'll see in a moment. Didn't really work. I played everything from the Clemson all the way up through the gearing, and in that Clemson match, I saw an awesome situation for a double strike, which I haven't had one in almost a month now. I gotta tell you guys, I'm really feeling it. I need a double strike, and I'm just not getting it done. So I launched Torps here because there's no damn way the Kohlberg is gonna survive any longer, right? You know? Yep. And he turns right into the Torps, and he's still alive. And now I'm worried that if he dies, he's going to block all the Torps anyways. And yeah, he threads the needle and goes right through him, and one of my Torps finds what remained of the Wyoming there, so... Damn. So that was my mistake, obviously, because the guy was still alive. I mean, instant replay here. I obviously shouldn't have launched those Torps. That was my mistake. But why did this guy actually survive this? Like, it doesn't... It blows me away that he managed to get that close to an enemy Wyoming, actually 2 of them, and survive for that long, and then have such a close call with my Torps. So please, yeah, don't do what I did just there, and yeah, it's just... God, is that bad. So, speaking of bad, see that? Okay, there's a salvo from the Kuma, right? And I'm obviously really concerned about the Kuma. There's a second salvo. And trying to see what I could do against this St. Louis while I am still alive, because I'm totally expecting this Kuma to just dial me in and start shredding me. Well, there's another one. And then I started to wonder why the hell he wasn't hitting me. I mean, these shots some of them are just absolutely so far away from where I am, it's not even funny. And I'm almost thinking that this guy, I don't think this was lag. I don't think this guy actually had me selected as a target. Because the Kuma is a lot more accurate than that. I mean, look at this. Holy shit. What are the odds of this? And this just keeps going and going. So, I don't really know what to say. And here's just one more salvo. Right? Surely he's gonna hit. Nope. So decided to just say, screw it. If I could get that lucky going after like closing distance against the Kuma, I can certainly get this close and do possibly some more damage and, you know, get him killed. So he actually managed to hit me a few times. I switched to the other spectator view and land multiple citadels and finish him off. And then we get back to German battleships. This is one of those situations that makes me reflect upon why I played the game. This is so damn awesome, and this is why, like, when it comes to high tier play, it's so boring, but when you finally have teams colliding in against each other, the results are fucking fantastic. Just amazing. There's a Nizumo in there, by the way, and he just hit me. I sent my Torps out ahead just to see if I could get something done. There's an enemy Fubuki right there. I am certainly prioritizing him over the Azumo because I figure that Azumo is just whatever. Yeah, remember what happened last clip? I guess that's payback for me being a stupid shit with my torpedoes. I barely got away from those torpedoes, and because it's a Sims, look at how little damage they do on the Azumo while I take a face full of torps from the Scharnhorst, while simultaneously dumping mine into him. He only did 24,000 to me. I did about 37,000 with my torps, and this guy is completely surrounded, and I get my rear turret in the action and finish him off, and the Fubuki's dead as well. I mean, holy shit, that was awesome. Just a couple seconds and just pure carnage, you know? But that's one of the things about the Scharnhorst that makes me play it more and more and more, is just because I can find myself in those situations where I can potentially change the tide of battle, like this one, for instance. Enemy destroyer there, get him spotted, get my secondaries working on him. There's a lot of ships over here, and I'm trying to get my teammates back to B, and this is one of those things that absolutely infuriates the shit out of me as I get a CQE, is the obvious place to go is the place where people just completely avoid. And enemy Königsberg over here, I'm gonna unfortunately suffer the wrath of German dispersion, of course. There's a Pensacola, there's a Congo, there's a Bayern, as well as a Colorado, all right next to me. Oh, and while this is all happening, I get the attention of the carrier. So given the point situation right now, something needs to be done, and I'm taking the responsibility of doing that. I aim just a little too low against the Baron there, get about 7,000 damage, but you know, something that's pretty decent. I'm not actually aiming at the Baron, I'm aiming at the Colorado with the torps. I'm just trying to throw those down behind, and mainly because I figured that the Baron is going to turn in, and the Colorado is going to continue to push forward or turn out and give me a chance to have my torpedoes hit. I fire at the Pensacola, I only get 4 overpens. I pull off my torps on the port side against the Congo. I switch my guns back over to the Bayern here because it looks like the torps may be on target with the Colorado, and I've got my reload coming. I'm aiming just above the waterline, right at the belt where the secondaries are. Softer armor gets me 10,000 damage and a kill. I got 1 torp on the Colorado, while my other 3 are still going towards the Congo, and I'm figuring at this point I'm dead. But I get another 30,000 damage from hitting the Congo with 3 torps, and this salvo here luckily bounces off, and I get this kill secure on the Colorado. All of that in just a few seconds. I mean, that's an 80,000 damage, like, moment there. And that gave our team a chance to win. And yeah, there were still a couple players that moved up on the 9 line to go chase one damn ship, and they could have cost us the game, but that maneuver gave some balls to the other guys that were behind me, and they pushed in, and we ended up winning that match. And otherwise, we definitely would have lost, because they just had control. And that's, I wish I saw that more often, but I mean, not every situation is going to play out like that, and certainly not every situation is going to play out like this. So, again, when playing a ship like the Scharnhorst, the Gneisenau, what always impresses me is their ability to manage a situation that really very, very few other ships can bother with. So, get a nice set of torps there against that New Mexico, and naturally I'm bringing around my starboard side to launch torps at this one, and it creates a vision, a different type of way of engaging enemy ships. And this actually ended up being my highest damage Scharnhorst match. I think it was 181,000, something like that. But you know, I really, really enjoy like almost hyper aggressive, almost negatively aggressive battleship play, and it's the way I want to play the game, you know. And I, with a ship like this, or the Gneisenau, I get to play that way, and I get to reap the benefits of it, and so do my teammates, because I tend to be, you know, generally effective. And I do have my stupid moments like this, that Miyoko that I just citadeled. Lucky! So stupid of me. I should have been anticipating that, or I should have at least had my fighter up to help me spot. But, you know, I'm not entirely sure how many people out there are actually tired of seeing me throw up these clips of the German battleships. I guess I don't really care because it's just so much damn fun. I have to share it with you guys. I find myself in some just crazy situations with the Scharnhorst, the Gneisenau, and as you'll soon see, the Bismarck, even though you've seen a few of those. But, like this scenario, I had launched my starboard torps off at the cruiser that's behind me. Like I tried to send him, you know, past the island to anticipate his forward movement. The problem was I didn't have spotting on him, so I couldn't really tell if he was going to go into him or not in the first place, if he had the forward momentum in to begin with to carry him into the torps. Well, that put me in a shitty spot here because the enemy Scharnhorst, which I have no idea why he hasn't launched torps. I don't think he had them destroyed, but maybe they were. It beats me. Regardless, this is a close call that this is too damn close. I mean, our sailors could, you know, high-five each other as we go by, and make a mistake of not pre-aiming my turrets to try to get some damage on him in that situation, which I definitely could have. And I unfortunately guessed wrong here with this this torp launch too, where I was expecting him to try to engage me and not the cruisers, and I thought he would cut back to his left to bring his guns and possibly his other torps on me, but that just wasn't the case. But still, I mean, you don't really get into those situations too often and get out of them, and thankfully that's exactly what happened for me there. So now I go up against an Iowa. Yay. And while that's happening, of course, I know B has a destroyer in it, and my instincts were telling me to turn to the right. And sure enough, yeah, that's exactly what I was anticipating, since I knew I was... And this is actually a really good example of how playing destroyers gives you the instincts of destroyers when in the battleship, so you can hopefully try to avoid torps. And in this scenario, I know the Benson's torps are slow as balls. I mean, look at this shit. That's just terrible. Might as well be like an Umakazi, you know, but I didn't really have to maneuver at all for that, so that was nice. Enemy destroyer back there behind the Iowa, focusing on him and not the Iowa because the Iowa doesn't really matter. So get the destroyer taken care of and launch torps into the smoke here on the left. And I say the Iowa doesn't really matter because in this situation, bow forward, where I'm closing in on him, he doesn't really have any real advantage, and neither do I, until we get a bit closer and the secondaries, the torps start getting involved and I have to turn. So then it kind of gets really interesting and potentially favorable for me, but also quite favorable for him. So send off a salvo against the Benson with HE because of, you know, I was just trying to set the damn Iowa on fire and keep him off kilter, and land a nice 5200 damage salvo there. And I get my torps involved, and I managed to generally time my turn with his reload as he shot at somebody else, and then I was able to get the hell out of there. The torps weren't going to do anything. It was just more about pushing him back, and now he's behind the island, and I'm hoping to re-engage the Benson over here and hopefully kill him, and then go back to re-engage the Iowa. But I'm expecting the torps, and more importantly, the second set is what I'm looking for, and there it is. So, very strange to be in a situation with the battleship where I don't have to actually use my rudder very much at all to avoid 3 sets of torps. That almost never happened, so I was pretty happy about that. Now I have AP loaded. I get my rear turret involved, and 5700 damage. That was a sweet hit. I mean, that dispersion was beautiful. You know, you can't ask for much better than that. And sure enough, even if I did, it wouldn't have mattered because I didn't hit a damn thing there with the front turrets. I think he survived with just a couple hundred health. Kind of crappy situation, but I just managed to charge the rest of their team and keep pushing them to the south and totally secure the win for us. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, broadside Miyoko, beached. Yeah, couldn't do anything to him. There's a Koenig over here, though, that... This is an interesting scenario. So, yeah, I was expecting the torps from the Miyoko, of course, so I had to pull wide, and the Koenig is looking like he's turning in. I never really know what to expect from people. I don't know if the dude's going to beach. He nails me pretty well there because, of course, I'm caught mid-turn. So, yeah, whatever. Now, my initial plan here is to get my starboard torps involved and hopefully take him out with the torps. But I'm closing distance with this guy a lot faster than I anticipated, and then he finishes his turn. Now, I'm pulling off to the right. He's coming in at me. He's going to try to ram, of course. And don't ask where the hell those shells went. I don't know. But I turned a little bit more to the left, and then I start pulling my rudder back to the right again. Try to crank that wheel around to get my torps involved. I mean, that was a damn close call, and thankfully the rest of my team followed through with killing the guy, but holy shit. Again, stuff has been happening way too often lately. I don't want it to happen. I'd rather have better scenarios where, you know, I can actually kick some ass and, you know, actually land my torps when I need to. But, I mean, already from the clips you've seen here, that's 3 times in this video that something like that has happened. And there's another. And that one might be the one that takes the cake. So, of course, I can't really follow through with killing the broadside Miyoko because German. Just doesn't work like that for the German battleships. It's weird because, like, with the Bismarck or, you know, the Scharnhorst now, it's when you least expect it that you actually do, like, some serious damage to enemy ships, and you're just like, what the hell, man? It just sometimes seems completely inexplicable. I get my secondaries going against the Cleveland that's dead ahead after I just kept overpenning him, and I have an enemy Königsberg here, which I really should be able to just kick his ass and roll right through him. My secondaries set another fire on the Cleveland, and eventually I get the CQE, so yay. I've almost got, I think I'm closing in on, what, almost 200 of those now? I mean, holy crap, I'm so glad they changed the damage requirement and all that, the conditions for getting a close quarters expert medal, because I love getting them. But naturally, not able to finish off the enemy Königsberg. And again, take a look at the minimap. All those ships up at the top, and they're chasing a single Scharnhorst. Just really frustrating the way people have been playing lately. Only, you know, that whole chasing the rabbit thing, and until that rabbit is gone, then they look ahead and start looking at their next target. So, just really stupid, but whatever. I do a widespread here against the Baron to try to control him a little bit. I was hoping that he would turn out and loop back around, but unfortunately he decides to keep his bow forward, and at this point I'm like, oh shit. Here we go again. And you know, this is just a recurring theme in this video. Holy shit, this is so embarrassing. Like, I should have been able to finish this guy off, like, between the first set of torps and then this set of torps, which I'm waiting to have all 3 hit, and this is the best case scenario right there, which is really shitty because I'm now going to pretty much beach myself, and this guy's coming in, he's only got a couple hundred HP left, and just another misplay by me, a miscue, and this guy just won't fucking die until he has 6 health left and gets a ram on me. Jesus Christ. I totally forgot I had my Die Hard flag on. That's the only reason I survived that. Like, oh my god, that is... So I took 20% less damage while inflicting 50% more, but it wouldn't have mattered. I would have killed him regardless. But he, under normal circumstances, would have killed me. But I got the crack in there, and it was just about ready to get 6 kills, but the Mayhem was taken out by the Pensacola behind me. But I'm sure this... yeah, this should garner some interesting reactions in the comment section below, but I'll be streaming today, guys, and of course, can't wait to blast some of those British cruisers apart, and thanks for watching. I'll see you back here soon. Take care.